Hello, I'm Karen, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you part one of how to make the actual cardigan for the Antonio Juan doll. Okay, so for this one, so if you haven't watched the first video where I've actually done the introduction, we're actually going to begin with the smallest size, which is got 10 sections. If you want to do one for your teddy, which is the next size up, then you do 16, and if you want to do one for the newborn babies, then you want to go to the 22 to be able to start. Okay, so just so you've got a rough idea of sizes, we'll just move that out of the way a minute. So these are all done with a 4mm crochet hook. So this one is for the Sucky Lips doll, or for the newborn size. Okay, so this one starts with, so you need to begin with 22 of the V8 stitches. For Teddy, you need to begin with 16. But for the Antonio Juan doll, we're going to begin with 10. Okay, so I'm using double knit yarn. You can use baby yarn as well, and a 4mm crochet hook for these sizes. Okay, for this doll here. So because I said these are going to be beginner videos, they are going to be a little bit slower. So if anybody's an advanced crocheter, then I'm sorry, but we're slowing down a little bit. These are my celebration for my 100,000 subscribers video. Okay, so this is the tail end of your yarn. You're going to wrap your yarn around your finger, come over and pinch together there. You want the hook section facing towards you, and hold the indented section. So we're going to begin with a twist, and then we're going to do a chain of 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to yarn over. I use my finger there to slide this up and down, and we're going to slip into the very first chain, yarn over, pull through that chain, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and your work will look like that. The beginning chain that you worked in is classed as one post. The actual double crochet, or treble crochet if you're in the UK, is the other post, and as you can see, it makes a hole in the middle if you pull it apart. For the next set of for the rest of the V8 stitches, we need to do chain 2, yarn over, and then we're going to work into the very top 2 loops of the last stitch that we made, like that. Can you see that? You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've got that bit there, yarn over and pull through 2. Hopefully you've watched the other video and you've been practicing. If you haven't been practicing, honestly, I suggest you go and practice so that you get your little row looking as neat as possible. Okay, so I'm going to just speed up a little bit. So we're going to chain 2, work into the top 2 stitches. So that means I've got 3, chain 2, and this is 4, the 4th one. Yep, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to make sure we've got 10. Okay, this is the smallest size I could do, as in like the measurement sort of thing. If you wanted to go to do an actual smaller size, you can actually do it with a smaller hook. And as I've mentioned earlier, if you want to do the bigger sizes, then you actually need to start off with more of the V8 chain or step that we're doing here. Okay, I have got the patterns already typed up. They're actually for sale in my Etsy shop for those of you that would like to buy it. For those of you that don't and that you're not in that position, that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying it's there for those that do. So 1, 2, yarn over, go through there. I just need to just count how many I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more, and then we'll move on to the next section. Okay, so now we've got our 10 pieces. If you're doing more, then you need more. What you're going to do is you're going to, where I've said to you that you've got this hole in the middle, you're going to slip stitch. So to slip stitch, you put your hook through your work, through that piece there, catch hold of your yarn, pull it through, and then pull it through the loop that's on your hook, so, and that will actually open up that hole. Now you need to do a chain of 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, and you're going to yarn over and you're going to do 2 of these double crochet stitches or treble crochet into this same space. It will make your work curl over, so don't be alarmed. Now, because this is the smallest size, the next section is going to be a corner piece. So if you're doing bigger sizes, you need to work more of these before you do the corner. And if you have a look at the actual image that I shared, the pink sections are all the corners. So I'm going to yarn over. So we've done 3 double crochet, chain 1, and then 3 double crochet into this same space. This is going to make our corner, so we're actually obviously going around a corner. Okay, and so that's those 3 there. And then for the next one, we're going to just do 3 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Then the next one's going to be a corner. So a corner piece is always 3 double crochet. I know I've speeded up a little bit, but we've got to make sure that we get everything in this video. So you can pause the video, you can rewind it and watch your little sections, and just to see, you can stop it so that you can obviously have your practice of what you're actually doing. So I've done 3, I want to do a chain 1 and work 3 more of these stitches in here to make my next corner. 2 and 3. So this bit is here, this is coming across the front, this bit's going to go over the shoulder, and now we're going to come across the back. So we need to just do, in the next 2 of the V8 stitches, we just need to work 3 double crochet. And it is important that you just watch these, even if that you're an advanced crochet, so you can see what we're actually going to do on this. It's like I said, we're adding an extra stitch to be able to work underneath the arm easily, and I think this is probably going to be the easiest crochet cardigan pattern that anybody's actually tried. I know that I felt like it was, so that's why I'm saying that. And I've been crocheting for oh, let's see, quite a few years now, definitely over 10 years, about 13 I think. Makes you realise how far you've come, you know, when you start looking back at things. And I just wanted just to do something like super nice and super easy. So I've actually done, I've done a corner, so I've got my 1, 2 pieces across the back. This is going to be another corner, so I've done 3, chain 1 and work the 3 stitches into that same space. So that's 1, 2 and 3. Then this next one is just going to just have 3 double crochet or 3 treble crochet, depending where you're from. Obviously in different languages it's going to be something completely different, but you can all see what the stitch is, so it doesn't matter where you're from. The next one is going to be a corner. Oops daisy, so that's 1, 2 and 3, do a chain 1 and 3 more double crochet or treble crochet into the actual same space. Then we've got 1 more left, and we're just going to work 3 of the stitches into this V8 stitch there. Okay, and you should have something that makes like that sort of shape. Yeah, okay. So for this, so in the next one, this is round 2. So for round 2, what we're going to do is we're going to do a chain of 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. You're going to turn your work, and you're going to work in between these sets of 3. So these, in my pattern, I refer to these sets of 3 as a little fan, just so it's easier to write the pattern. There, so we're going to work 3 of these stitches into there, make a new fan. There. Then we're going to be working into the corner again. So for the corner, we need to make sure that we actually do a corner. on this particular row, and then you chain 1 and work into there. That's 1, 2 and 3. I did think about actually having a piece already made, but I wanted you to see what we're actually doing. So we're going to be in between all the posts now, so you just work 3 double crochet in between all the fans. And say, I know I've speeded up, but that's just so that, and you may not be as fast as me if you're a beginner, but I just want you to be able to see what you're actually doing. And as you work along, no matter how slow you are, you can keep pausing the video and you can keep making sure that you've actually got to the same space. And obviously if you're doing a bigger size altogether, then I'm just going to be way ahead of how far you are. But I just want you to see exactly what's happening. So we're in the corner, so we chain 1 and we do 3 more in that same space. But I also want you to see how the ends look, because it's really important that you see these end pieces. There, I'm going to come across the back section now. So we're just going to do 3 in between all of the posts, in between the fans, yeah, so that we're, sorry, I didn't mean to say in between the posts, that was incorrect. We're working in between the fans at the moment. But each of the stitches are referred to as posts when you're, when you're actually learning how to actually read a crochet pattern. And saying, because my patterns, I wanted to make sure that everybody could understand, I've written them in full words, there's no abbreviations, and I've done pictures, step-by-step photos, so you can see really close up, so you can take your time with it, so that you can actually achieve really great results with your work. And this is another corner, so we're just going around the corner section there, like that. And so remember, so we've always got 3 posts, so we're going to go between those 3, and the posts, I've referred to them as a fan, just so it's easier to follow the pattern. And then in between those there, 1, 2 and 3. 1 more corner to go. We're doing super well. Conscious of the time as well on my camera, because while it's super warm, we can only get so long out of it before the battery gets too hot. So I'm using all sorts of different methods to keep things cool. Now, see, this is where I see at the very end, this is where it's important for you to see what happens at the end. So we're going to do 3 in between these 2 fans there. And if we go back and have a look at the beginning, you can see we've actually got this looped overhead area there, and we want to make sure we end on the same way. So we've got 3 posts, and what we're going to do is between the last 2 posts we're going to work 1 double crochet, so we actually end up with the same section to be able to match the other side. This will also help give us really straight edges. So for round 3 on this one is where we're actually going to do the join to be able to make the sleeves for the Antonio Juan doll. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn. That post is counting as part of the fan, so we're inside that space there. We want to make 2 more double crochet because we want to have a fan. Now I know at the moment it sticks out, but don't worry, because as you move along it will pull it into the correct position. Now we want to work 3 in here in between these next 2 fans. And when we're doing the corner, so when we're actually doing we're going to turn it now, we're going to make the joins so we can actually make the armholes. So what we want to do is in this corner we're actually just going to work 3 this time. So you're going to go 1, 2 and 3, and then what you're going to do is you're going to do the V8 stitch again. So you're going to do 1, 2 chains, yarn over, and then into the top 2 loops there of this last stitch that you made, you're going to work that V8 stitch there. This is so you've got something to work in on the rows and also for the arm as you actually when you actually add the sleeve. Now I want to skip all of these and we're going to work straight into this next corner, and we're going to do another set of 3. That's 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and then we're going to just work across the back section. So that's 1, 2, 3, and we're going to just do these ones. I'm trying to go quickly because I want to actually show you the next row, because if we've got a chance of doing slight variations with this pattern. So if you're doing this for the bigger sizes, all of the bigger sizes except for my oversized cardigan, I've used 1 V8 stitch underneath the armpits. On the actual oversized pattern, I actually did myself 5. It made myself a really big cardigan, but I wanted it to be able to go over the top of other things. So now we're going to get to the other side where we're going to do the other sleeve section. So we're going to do another V8 stitch into there, like that. We'll skip all of these, fold that over and do the 3 double crochet or treble crochet depending where you're from into that corner there, and then we're going to do 3 into this one. Oops a daisy, that's a bit of a big gap there, but I'm just going to keep on going because I'm wary of the time. And then we've got this loop area here, so we're going to work 3 double crochet or treble crochet into that section there. Okay, and now we're going to do a chain of 3. So this is row 4, is that right? 1 2 3, yeah, row 4. Now what we're going to do is, like we did before, we're going to just skip over. We're going to go in between these post fans there. You can obviously change colours. I recommend changing colours at the end of a row because it just makes it easier. But if you want your cardigan to sort of flare out a little bit, because I did show, I'm just going to just quickly bring one over. So this one, it flares out more. We can actually do different patterns at the end. That one is a little bit more complicated. So if you want to just make a simplistic flare, what you can do is you can actually do 3 here, 3 into the actual V, and then another 3 the other side. For this Antonio Juan doll, I only worked straight into this V8 stitch there, so that it was just a straight down, because this is not a cardigan that's actually fastening. On my teddy, I did 3 the sides as well to be able to do it. And you're just going to keep on doing this now. Follow the pattern like I've showed you. Make sure as well that when you get to the very end here, that's where you're going to make sure that you do this 1 double crochet in that post at the end. And you're going to, so you'll have 3 in there, and then you'll just do 1 at the end there. Okay, keep going until you've actually got a section that looks like this. And you need to make sure that the very final row that you do is actually going to end with your little chain loop at one end and a double crochet at the other. This is so that you're going to be able to do the edging and you've got the nice places to work, because we want to make sure we've got equal places to be able to work in. Okay, so that is the top section started. So what we're going to do, so I'm going to stop the video. You're going to carry on and crochet till you've got however big it is you want. If you're doing a really big cardigan for yourself, honestly, to be able to get to this as long as you actually want. If you're like me and you've only been able to work in between, like you actually got a full-time day job, you can only do like an hour or something a day, it's going to take you about a month to be able to actually crochet your own cardigan. If you're doing these little ones, honestly, you can have it done in an afternoon. Okay, so at this point now I'm just going to stop. So thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for subscribing. And the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to add sleeves, and then we'll do one, so we're breaking them down. So we're going to have adding sleeves, adding hoods, adding the edging, just so that you've actually got all of these ones. So whichever video you want to choose to go to next, you can actually go to. Okay, so all right, and I'm thinking about the way that I'm publishing, it might actually make like overload of publish, but I'm running out of time. So thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for subscribing. These are my 100k subscriber videos. I'm so happy. Bye for now.